Okay, guys, welcome. Thank you very much for coming out. Yeah, as I said, I've had pretty rough day. I've been vomiting and other stuff all day, and but I'm powering through.
All right.
Thank you for the support. I'm a little Michael Jordan. But okay, guys, I'm closing the show because it is my show and I'm selfish. So we're gonna get started. Comics are gonna get like 10 minutes. Right now we have about 8 comics, so it won't be too long of a show. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Try to minimize as much in and out action as possible, but I get it. If you gotta go to the bathroom or you just don't like the show, feel free. But we're gonna get it started. We have a very, very funny young comedian coming up to start off our show. Guys, give a warm welcome to Marco. Carlos.
Next week I can go by Marco. I'm not going by Marco tonight. What's up? Yeah. Woo! Yeah, nice. Thanks, DJ. Very nice. Very nice space. Very nice spot. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm not into gay dudes, but DJ. Very hot. Very hot straight dudes. I'm down. You know, just a couple of bros hanging out. You know, usually I'm hanging out with my friends who are like smoking weed or something. You know, we're like in a circle and they're talking about trying to get laid or, you know, whatever it is that they're trying to do. But I'm just wondering why we're not blowing each other. Just like, why are we not blowing each other, you know? Right now. Why are we not blowing each other right now? Don't you guys want to get blown all the time? We can take it back, you know? Us dudes. It's meant for us, man. Yeah. Women don't understand. Yeah. Sucking dick, man. It's for guys. It's for guys to do. Yeah, sucking dick. I don't know. I feel like I like women. Women are nice. Yeah, women are nice, you know, they just want to be naked. You know, I dig it. I like women. You know, free the nipple. Like, why are they not freeing all the nipples, you know? Who is against this shit? Who are the guys that are just going like, free the nipple, and they're going, no, bro, clothes, yeah. Morals, yeah. Yeah, fucking bunch of idiots, man. Could be having so much fun. Just us guys. Yeah. You know, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? I like peeing. I'm relatable. You guys like peeing? Peeing is fun. Yeah. Yeah, you guys like going to like public restrooms? I like going to public restrooms, you know? Usually I'm like taking a piss, you know, I'm like listening to the guy peeing right next to me. You know, trying to figure out if he has a big dick or not. Do you guys do that? You know, if he has like a little stream, you're like, oh, poor guy, man. If he has like a thick ass stream, you're like, oh, fuck, man, that guy. It must be great to be that guy. I usually go outside of the bathroom, you know, I'm like washing my hands, you know, waiting until they come out, you know, trying to put like a dick to a face. You know, to see if it makes sense, you know, if it's like a solid theory, you know. Usually it kind of works out, you know. Dudes that sound like they make like a little splash, you know, they don't look at you in the eyes. They just like walk through, they wash their hands, they walk away. But dudes with big dicks, or big sounding dicks, fucking dead in the eye, dude. Just fucking dead in the eye, and you're like, oh bro, is that you with the big ass dick? They don't tell you, man. They're just fucking cold. Fucking mean dudes, those guys with big dicks. You guys like cartoons? Cartoons are fun, right? Yeah. I like watching cartoons at night, you know, I like kind of like reminisce, you know, like the old cartoons that I used to watch as a kid. Like, you guys remember Dexter's Lab? Dexter's Lab was fun, right? Yeah, I love Dexter's Lab, but I'm from Ecuador, you know? So all the cartoons, I just watch them on YouTube, like on Spanish. And you guys like Dexter's Lab, and you're like, that's fun, but to me, Dexter's Lab is like el laboratorio secreto del chiquito que tiene muchas muchachas, Dexter! Great show, man. amazing show. It was nice growing up in Ecuador, man. Ecuador's a pretty nice place. I remember like you guys remember being 14 and smoking weed with like an older dude or something? Yeah, I had this friend, it was this gay guy, you know, but I'm from Ecuador, you know, it's kind of rough to be gay in Ecuador, you know. I would just like look at him, I'd be like, dude, you're the shit, man. But he had like the coolest laugh, man. Every time we would smoke weed, he would just go like, anything. That's the way that he would just do it. And I remember, like, I would just see him, and after a while, I'm just like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna laugh just like that. And I did. I stole his laugh. I laughed like that for like years until I left Ecuador, you know, because that laugh only makes sense in Spanish. You know? I'm like, oye, mira lo que está allá. People will go like, oh shit, there's Carlos. Very distinct laugh. Yeah, it's on me. But I remember, like, you know, I've been around, you know, I picked up a few laughs along the way. You know, the other day I was just like watching a movie, like, you know, in my house, and I was laughing with this like new laugh that I have, you know, like, I don't know, something funny's happening and I'm laughing. And I remember thinking, like, why am I laughing with this laugh still, you know? Who am I trying to impress? And then I realized, like, I don't know what my laugh is anymore. I don't think anybody does. I think everybody at some point looks at some dude, it's like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna laugh just like that guy. Yeah, a bunch of phonies. Fake laughers. You have a nice laugh, man. Tell your dad, thank you. I don't know who you stole that from, man. My dad's. My dad was nice. Very, very evil guy, my dad. I have a girlfriend, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Having a girlfriend is strange. You know, I've had a girlfriend for a while. You know, I tried being in an open relationship when we tried hitting that like 5-year mark. You know, I gave it a shot. You know, my girlfriend was just telling me like, come on, Carlos, you don't have to lie to me. You can fuck and then just come and tell me. And I'm like, all right, let's give this a shot. You know, let's see what's up. But I remember being like at a coffee place with my girlfriend, just sitting down. You know, the waitress came. And I was just like, yo, I want to suck her tits. I want to suck her tits so bad. And she was like, oh, word. I'm like, yeah, I want to slap the shit out of her for some reason. I think I hate her. And this is just me being honest. Is this good? Is this an open relationship? Yeah, that's about when it ended. Yeah. Some people have to keep a lot of shit inside, you know. People tell you you have to be honest. It's not true. It's not, man. You're supposed to hate. You're supposed to love. I don't know. Hate is nice. You guys like hate? Yeah. Yeah. Mindless. All right. Yeah, hate is nice. People hate racist people nowadays. You guys hate racists? Yeah. Fuck racist, right? I don't get it though. You know, I really don't. Because racist people, you know, like let's say they hate Mexicans, right? They hate like 100 million people. That's nothing, man. Even if they think like all of South Americans are like Mexicans, that's like what, like 500 million people? That's nothing, man. If you hate races, you hate probably like 3 billion people, maybe 4 billion people. What I'm trying to say is like racist people are more loving people. Their bar is very low. Like if I'm not a Jew, they love me. That's sweet, dude. It's a great place to be. I love Italians, man. Yeah, racist people are nice. I like them. I like you guys. I love them, you know. You're supposed to hate them and love them equally. You guys just... You're supposed to focus your hate. All right. You're doing something right. I don't know. I feel weird sometimes, you know. People like me, like this. You know, they're like, oh, there's Carlos. I don't want to have sex with Carlos. Seems like an alright guy to have sex with. But I feel bad because they usually want to fuck this guy, but they end up fucking this guy. It's like a fucking creature, man. Like forest creature. Racist people get that. Oh my god. You guys like Game of Thrones? Game of Thrones is supposed to be coming up soon. Yeah. Fucking Game of Thrones, man. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I really like watching the people like read the books, trying to catch up before it starts again. You know, when I see them, I can hear the song in my head. You know, like, ta-na-na-na-na, ta-na-na-na-na, ta-na-na-na-na. Big as Game of Thrones fan. All right.
Love it. Carlos, that was great. Thanks for coming, man. Get the fuck out of here. No, you can say it. You can say it. Oh, guys. Trying to find something relatable to what he said.
Suck a dick!
Talk about how racist you are.
There's no talk. That's just a given. One thing you know about DJ. But I also like Game of Thrones. I hate that people read the books. Like, if you tell them you haven't read the books, it's like telling them, like, your favorite book is Mein Kampf. What's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't want to read fucking 3 Bibles. Fuck that. Also, I can see the tits on TV. Alright, guys, we're going to keep this going. Give it up for your next comic, Dean David, everyone.
Yeah, give it up for your host, guys. Oh man, how are you guys doing?
Great.
Okay. That's cool. Good too. I was at work earlier today. I work at Olive Garden. Shut up. I feel bad for our clientele at Olive Garden because I think a lot of people think Olive Garden is fancy food. Like, some people come in suits to Olive Garden. So a little PSA, we could make your food in 5 minutes. We just don't. Like, I don't know if people know that. Like as soon as you tell me what you want, like I'm your server, I'll ring it in, and then our guy Jeff smokes his cigarette outside. And he just waits till he thinks it's time to bring you the food. It's mad. It's crazy. I don't know, and it's not bad, I guess. Like, I feel pretty good every time I go to work. I have a gay coworker. Well, I have many, but this guy in particular I'm going to talk about. He really wants to suck my dick. Like, he tells me every day I see him. It's weird because I always say, I'm like, hey man, what's going on? And he'll be like, yo, let me suck your dick. That's the first thing he says to me. I don't get flowers or nothing. Coming at my dick, and I feel a little awkward because I'm not gay, but like even if I was gay, I'm not a whore. I'm not just like let someone suck my dick. Like, when you work your way up, right? Like, why wouldn't I'm not worth taking the time out to take an Olive Garden or whatever. Also, it's like that's sexual harassment, I think. If I walk up to a girl at work every day, I'm like, yo, let me at your pussy, I can't fire. I'm the victim of a crime that nobody cares about. I'm not gonna let him. I thought about it. It's a little scary. Every day I get a little closer to saying yes. Before I want him to stop. But it's only because in my life I've only had one girlfriend in my life so far, and she's the only one to ever suck my dick. So I've only had my dick sucked by one person. So that's why I don't want him to suck, because it'd be really awkward if half of the people that suck my dick, like if it was my ex and then just some dude from Olive Garden. It'd be a weird combination of people. I can't tell people I'm straight when the ratio is 50-50. Also, I have like this fear. It's like, what if he does it and it's better than my ex? It's a huge possibility. I'll tell you how, like, dude, we broke up during one of the blowjobs. Like, that's how bad. So what if he did it and it was amazing? I don't know, man. I made a cool observation at work recently. I don't know if you guys have noticed. This is a thing that exists. I don't understand why. We have a fire extinguisher, right? And there's a glass case over our fire extinguisher, which is normal. Like, I've seen that. But for whatever reason, we have Braille on the case of our fire extinguisher. And I don't get the point, because I don't know if you guys understand why that's stupid. Braille is how blind people read. Like, no offense, but if there's a fire, the last guy that I want going near the extinguisher. The man who cannot see. I can't read Braille. You know, that thing, I bet that shit better say in case of fire, find a guy that can see. Anything else is irresponsible. I've seen that on vending machines too. I don't get why. There's literally no vending machines that say Reese's Cups. They don't have it. And letters and numbers. So you hit a code and you get a candy for the code. They don't know what they're going to get for the code. They hit A9. They're like, oh, please God, we have Snickers. Like, it's just mean. But I need to have a job. I'll take that laugh. No, I need to have a job to support my career. This is it. I used to want to be an actor. Oh, that's not gonna happen. I gave up on the acting career because I don't know if you guys have seen it. Right now, Disney just made their live-action Aladdin, and I don't know what the fuck else could I did to qualify. Have you guys seen the guy playing Aladdin? He's a very muscular dude. Aladdin's supposed to be a homeless kid. I'm 120 pounds. I don't have a tan. Aladdin. Now I gotta wait till they make a movie about Neve Schulman from Catfish. I don't think that's gonna happen. I like looking like him though, I guess, because people say, I think he's handsome, so when people tell me I look like him, I can always take it as a compliment, you know? Sometimes I get super low self-esteem, so I YouTube a video of Neve. I just look at the comments and see all the girls go, oh my God, he's so handsome. I'm like, oh, thank you. And it works out for the baby. They're like, yo, he's a fucking pussy. I'm like, all right, well, I'm not him, so it doesn't matter to me. I used to date an actor. I don't know if you guys ever dated actors. Don't. They're not. It's not smart. Everybody, look, in a relationship, people will lie to each other. It always happens. But for whatever, actors lie for just malicious intent. Like, dude, my ex-girl, they'd lie. Like, my ex would lie to me to get into character for shit. Like, she told me one time that she cheated on me. And I believed her, I cried. And then 2 hours later, she just texted me, she's like, don't worry, I'm not actually cheating on you. I was like, then why would you tell me that you are? She said because she had an audition for a movie where she plays a girl who cheats on her boyfriend. So she wanted to have the conversation with me and get into character for her audition. I was like, yo. You know what, that's cool. I have an audition tomorrow then. I play a guy who murders his girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's fucking dead. Imagine I didn't kill her, I still didn't get the role. It's a waste of murder. I don't know, murder's interesting, I guess. I like to think about things. I think it's important. I think the more you think about something, the more interesting it can become. You know, like I think necrophilia.
Oh God.
I feel bad for necrophiliacs. I think it's gotta be the most inconvenient thing to be into, sexually. Not even for people judging you, just for how is it, where, I'm lucky I like to fuck alive people, so everywhere I go, I'll have options. But they just gotta hope that they just go to a club and just everyone dies. That's the only way they'll get away with it. And I was wondering to myself because I wonder, do other are there necrophilia friends? Do they have a community? Is there a group of people who know? If it is, the only way you could really ever find out you're is if you talk to someone and you kind of casually brought it up. But you can't seem like you're trying to bring it up. You know what I mean? This kind of, I think that conversation would go if you're at a party and you're talking to some guy. You're like, so yeah, you come out here a lot? Nah, I don't really hanging out with people that much. Yeah, me neither, dude. Sometimes, I wish they'd just die, right? Yeah? So, hypothetically, if you were in a room with the 10 guys, what would you do? Just ask them. So what would you do? I think you and I are gonna get along just fine. But it's gotta suck, man, like necrophilia, you know? Like, you think they know it's weird? You think necrophiliacs are self-aware? I think they are. Because I think even like regular guys, like I like to fuck alive girls, but sometimes I jerk off to porn and then after I'm done coming at the porn, I'm just looking at it like, ugh. I look back like, I used to be a 7-year-old, now I'm this fucking guy. I feel bad about it. I like it. I don't like having sexuality sometimes, it takes away innocence. So I wonder, like, are they ever like fucking a dead body there? And then they come and they're like, damn, I am sick, man. I'm not a good boyfriend. I mean, I don't have a girlfriend right now, but I don't think I would be a good boyfriend. Because it's 120 pounds is not a good dating weight. It's not sexy when you're the girl's goal weight. And it's also, I feel like girls want to be with a guy that when they're with that guy, they feel like they're safe. Yeah, I'm not that guy. I'm not, you know, if I'm on a date with a girl, like we're about to get jumped. We're getting jumped. I make it worse, the guy'd be like, yo, give me your wallet. Like, yo, she's got a purse. Anyway, you guys have been really cool, man. My name is Dean David. Have a good night.
Dean David, everyone! Dean David! Great set.
Uh-oh.
Let me just friendly banter while I figure this out. He was talking about the deaf people and you guys remember the bit. At my office building, I work in an office building. I was basically a glorified janitor in a button down. Like no joke, my job is filling a refrigerator with Gatorade for millionaires. That's 98% of my job. And the like other 2% I hide, and she works with me. I hide in the breast pumping room and sleep. But no joke. I come into work and on the wall it says like in case of emergency, like go to these people. My fucking name is on it. I'm the searcher. So in case of, I was just elected searcher. They're like, who would we like to die the most? You know, like, in case of emergency, I have to go look for people. I saw that, I looked around, I was like, I don't give a fuck. You're cool. I don't give a fuck about these people. If anything goes down, I am the first one out the door. Just George Costanza kicking people out of the way. Fucking running out of here. Alright, guys, our next comedian, very funny dude. Keep it going for Jack Usher, everyone.
DJ, thank you so much. Thank you so much for acquiring all these leprechaun pubes. Honestly, like finding a leprechaun, let alone asking them. Wow. And this is like one left. All right. Anyway. Hey guys, I'm Jack. Hello. I just paid my taxes today, and whoa. That sucked. I think I paid more in taxes than I got paid last year, somehow. So if anybody could approach me after the show with drugs and alcohol, that'd be very appreciated. I just got an email that I got endorsed on LinkedIn for breathing. Thought about it, I'm like, okay, I think this is actually the bare minimum. Like a job requirement. It's the absolute bottom barrel. You don't show up to an interview and they're like, your resume is spotless, your references impeccable. Notice you're having trouble breathing over there. It's not going to be a good fit. Free time! Thank you so much! Doesn't go down like that. Kind of got me thinking though, like, actually employable skills. What am I actually good at, you know? And I got thinking, what is the thing I'm the best at? What's actually honestly the thing? And I was like, eating maybe? No. Sometimes my appetite's questionable. Sleeping? Some nights are fitful. I actually thought, and it's like, okay, I might be the best at making myself come. I think that might actually be my greatest skill. That might be the thing I'm best at. Well, I know you guys are probably thinking that's not an employable thing. It turns out it is. You can donate come to banks and make quite a bit of money. That's a thing. I looked it up. Rustling, so it's an option. Turns out you have to donate twice a week. They pay you about $1,000 a month. They don't want you to come 2 days before you come in because they want fat loads. So that means you're working 6 days a week. What do you think you're gonna be doing on that last day? You gotta stay in shape. You gotta be jerking off, keeping it tight. I'm actually very talented at it. I'm like the Lance Armstrong of coming, I think, but with 2 balls, so a lot more semen. Ever since I was young, I was jerking off in the morning, jerking off in the evening. If you play sports, that's 2 a day. Staying in shape, this doesn't just happen. I'm not just a savant. Spent a lot of time on the porn websites, good amount of time. Love those places. For me, going on porn websites is like coming back to my favorite library. It's like all the familiar titles, the smells, the sounds, The front page says like videos being watched right now, so there's a sense of community. Instead of the Dewey Decimal System, it's the GUI Decimal. It's library stuff. Love the websites. I do have one qualm with these websites, which are the advertisements on the side. Questionable ads! Not great ads, I don't think. I don't think they're good ads. I've never even considered clicking on one. I'm thinking of sampling some of these. I saw an ad that was like, click here for penis pills. It'll make your dick the size of a Pringles tin. Seems like an unhealthy size for a penis. Also, are we talking snack size or full tin? Neither's good. Seems bad. Here's another ad. It said, freshly divorced women who want to fuck you now. Click here. Is that really what gets people going? Fresh divorce? How fresh are we talking? Am I going over to her place? I guess because she's established or something, You open the door, there's her like 7-year-old and her 4-year-old. 7-year-old understands what's going on, 4-year-old's still processing. Fresh divorce. I'm standing there and I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna fuck your mom. To cut the tension, I offer them some Pringles. Pringles. Nope. Here's another ad. Another ad that said, pick a girl and jerk off. Click here. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Currently. I got it covered. I got it, guys. Thank you, Pornhub. But I got it. That's what I'm doing. Those ads really make me think of when you get in Yellow Cab and it's like true New Yorkers take Yellow Cab on the screen. It's like, first of all, no. Second of all, I'm in the cab. I'm already in the cab. You got my business. I'm not going anywhere. Here's an idea. The taxi ads and the porn ads, they should maybe switch places. Because then I think they'd actually get some business. You're procrastinating or whatever, and you see an ad for Yellow Cab, and you're like, okay, I should probably get to where I mean to be. Or you're in the cab, you see freshly divorced women want to fuck you now, and you're like, okay, cabby, can we change our destination? So cabby, would you like a Pringle? No problem, it's no problem. Everybody, I know everyone's looking forward to, very excited to watch Detective Pikachu movie. That's kind of a big thing right now. I'm a big Pokemon guy, I'm very excited. They cast Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu, but I was kind of disappointed when I watched the trailer, they let him talk. I thought it'd be so sick if Ryan the whole time was just like, Pikachu? Pikachu. That'd have been awesome. And wow, the opportunity for casting some people as other Pokemon is just incredible. Here's some ideas I came up with. It'd be sick to see like Christopher Walken as like Alakazam. It'd be like, Alakazam! You give us more? Here's Owen Wilson as Meowth. Oh, Meowth! We got John Lennon as Charmeleon. Charmeleon. Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course, is Ponyta. Ponyta! And then Michael Caine is Mr. Mime, I think, to wrap it up. Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime. I think that'd be a fun time. I don't know. Missed opportunity there, maybe. Alright, another thing that people are actually excited about is Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, I'm very pumped. Game of Thrones tomorrow. So psyched. I'm actually more excited, I think, than most people because A, I'm excited for the premiere, but B, I live with 2 roommates and neither of them watched any Game of Thrones until a month ago. And since this last month, they have been binging non-stop. Now they live on either side of me and our walls are pretty thin, so I've been pretty much inundated with non-stop Game of Thrones this whole fucking month, alright? Let me give you a little taste of what it's like to be me. I'm just in my room, right? And then to the right side, it's just and then to the left side, it's like to the left side, it's King of the North. To the left side, it's and then to the right side, it's the Lannisters send their regards. Sing. And then to the left side, it's I'm your mother's friend, Sansa. And then to the right side, it's just stare where man's cock should be. And on the left side, it's you name nothing, Jon Snow. And on the right side, it's War. And then on the left side, it's I'm Daenerys Stormborn, House Targaryen, blood of old Valyria, of the Seven King. And then on the right side, it's Queen of the Andals, Breaker of Chains, Mother of Dragons. And on the left side, it's Queen of this place, Queen of that place, and the Queen of that fucking place. And then, okay, Daenerys, you got too many titles, alright? She got 27 titles. I looked it up. Could you imagine if she had to have a resume? Getting that shit on one page? You need to make the margins wider, please. Use Arial narrow. The Dothraki don't care about your high school GPA. Have you considered using LinkedIn to use? I'm in my room, I'm like, this is too much! Too many Game of Thrones! How am I supposed to jerk off between all this Game of Thrones? I'll tell you how, very easily, I'm very talented at it. Anyways, endorse me for coming. Thanks guys, enjoy.
Keep it going, Jack Usher, everyone! Keep it going! Thin walls, I'm gonna take another crack at this thing.
The other part. Below that part. Yeah, that's no bigger.
Who's on? Please. Is this so easy? You want to come up here and do it?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I'll bring it to you. Guys, what the fuck was my relatable thing I was gonna say to bridge between comedians?
Being racist.
Jerking off.
It's covered. But once again, DJ, 2 things. You know what it is. Racist and loves coming. Oh yeah, thin walls. Speaking of coming. I had really thin walls in my last apartment, and when I would have sex, I was really loud. The girl was silent, but I was really loud. Just dead silence. Like, were you alone in there? But my roommate would he would Snapchat himself with the noises and tag me in it. I'm like, I don't want people to know that. And I say some things. You know, I say some stuff. And I don't want that getting out. Except with my, lover. You guys are all thinking what he says. I call my own name. While I'm coming. Alright guys, keep this rolling. Keep it going for your next comedian, Mike Acuna!
How you guys doing? I also scream my name when I come. That's not the way to do it. Can we all just agree already that, like, Mr. Clean, like, the guy is like a skinhead? Not a skinhead. Mr. Clean. Fucking bald, white outfit. He has an earring. Skinhead. I feel like that company must make so much money that they just allowed like that guy to just be their spokesman. I feel like next I'm just gonna have like a sleeve of swastikas rolling through. Go by as a regular name. At this point, I don't think consumers would be put off by like a Mr. Cleanse magic eraser, you know? Like 3 times more niggers per swipe. You know? Look for 30 specks of dust on the corners. You know? Specks of dust that are always hopping on shit. Yeah, no, it's a fucking good ass. It's a fucking great product though. It's a great product. I use it. I won't lie. That shit works. But I make up for it though. I like to buy a lot of like Uncle Ben's rice just to in the kitchen, you know. It's a respectable black guy. He wears a suit, you know. Piping in Jemima. He probably follows the teachings of like Louis Farrakhan or some shit. So it's a good guy. Or that's. This part I'm not from here. I'm not from New York. I just moved here from Toronto, and I have this like frat bro roommate now. I made the mistake of getting undressed in front of him one time, and like he can't get enough of me now. Like he just wants to hang out all the time. He's like, bro, where are you, man? Like, where are you right now? Like, are we getting naked again or not? Do you want to peel the jurors? Like, can we peel the jurors? I don't like, let's just shower together, man. Let's just get in the shower together. I know you could get dirty from just like doing coke on your couch all day. Can you OD from fucking white privilege? Is that something that happens? No? Just coke? Just coke? Nah, I noticed frat bros are a lot like the dogs I see in Brooklyn, you know? They'll just fuck anything that moves. They roll around in their own filth. And they all have nicer clothes than me somehow. I don't get that shit. No, I'm from Canada, man. I'm homesick a little bit. Been here like 4 months now. I miss home, man. We're huggers back then. Like, I like to hug my friends when I see them. Like, hey, man, like, how are you? Can't do that shit here. You know? Like, dudes think it's gay. I don't know. Like, I like to hug and kiss my friends. Like, I had a friend visit me like last week, and like he's hugging and kissing me and shit, but he's gay. Like he is gay. But, I didn't know until he came out to me. You know, it was like a big deal for him. Like he started like get like teary eyed. He got choked up at a point. Like he could barely swallow my cum. All branded. You know, my drink of choice is booze. Any drinkers in here? Yeah. Well, last weekend I got fucked up at a Chuck E. Cheese. Being fucked up in a Chuck E. Cheese in the Bronx. It's like Coachella for like little kids. It's like live music. Like all those inner city kids are like raging hard. And like you don't know who the special cameo is gonna be, you know, like Lady Gaga like come through and like steal the show, or like Ice come through and steal those inner city kids. You don't know. Chuck E. Cheese in the Bronx. Something about playing all those games by yourself as an adult that makes you look like slow. You know? Like, I don't know, I had to like have some little kid follow me around from the party. It was my niece's birthday party, so I had some kid from the party that's like follow me everywhere. Cause like I'm really pretentious. I learned that about myself there. Like I'd rather look like a pervert than look slow. I'd rather look like a child predator. Like R. Kelly. Than look like somebody that can't read or write. Like fucking R. Kelly, you know? No, I had some kid named Carl follow me everywhere in this place. How many rounds of Spaceballs did you play with the kid? First, there's asking where the relationship is going. Are we friends? Are we friends, Mike? Yes. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. No, you start to get like paranoid because we're only playing like Spaceballs together. He's like, why don't we take me to play other games? Like, there's friends I don't know about. I'm like Carl, calm the fuck down, kid. Yeah, I'm like, maybe we shouldn't play games together anymore, you know, Carl? It's getting serious. You're not taking it well. A lot of name calling from this kid. Kept making fun of my height. Because I was the only adult that he's ever seen that has to like jump to play arcade hoops. I made fun of my shot. You have a small arc, Mike. You have a small arc. I have a fucking average sized arc. Carl. Okay? That's the job done. At least I don't have a fucking quick release version. Fuck that kid. No, believe it or not, I'm not originally from Canada. Like, I grew up in Africa as a kid. Canada was part of the world when I was like almost a teenager. And what I love most about this place are game shows. Like, I fucking love game shows. I don't know, man. Like, you can't have game shows where I'm from. Like, try winning $1 million without getting kidnapped in Africa. It's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out for you at all. Like, if there's ever a game show in Africa, like you wouldn't win $1 million. Like, you would start with $1 million, and then they just like make it out alive. Like, that's how it would work. Like our next contestant is Kwame. He's like, they don't say my name. Don't say it, man. He's here with his beautiful wife. The kid's like, oh no. Dear God. Maybe seen those ads. It's like for $1 a day, like you can like help a starving like African child. Yeah, like with $1 million, like you could be like a child soldier's like first kill. You know, like, you just get gunned down. You laugh at that shit. The white guilt in here. I don't think that shit's your fault though. Charles, I don't think so. I don't read, but I don't think it's your fault. No, but you guys ruined a lot of shit. Like, I hate when I go on vacation. Like, I like to go to the tourist places, but you guys like think you're cool. Like, oh, I want like a real experience. And you guys like try to do that shit. Fucking ruined it for me. Like, I like to be safe when I go to foreign places, but you guys are like, oh, take me to the. I want to bring you guys to like where like I'm from, you know, like just take you to like Lagos, Nigeria, you know, just show you what that experience is like, you know. First thing we'll do, we'll go out. Like, you being the only white person is like not enough to stand out. Like yeah, put some jewelry on. Yeah. Put your nicest clothes on. Let's enter this dingy van where nobody knows you and they don't blink. Yeah, let's do that. Logical explanation for the blood stains in here. Tunchi here is a midwife. Do you guys hear ISIS is over? You hear that shit? They're done. They're just packing up. I'm gonna lose you guys out. Like, part of me, as a comic, like empathizes with ISIS. Like, I'm here, like doing a show in front of you guys, but like for them, like the dream is over. It's over. They get regular jobs and shit. There's some asshole coworker that would shut up. know, guys, the tour of the Rolling Stone was back in my day. So much pussy, man. So much pussy. So y'all was in ISIS, nigga. You wanna talk about body count, bro? Body count? How much hits I got, bro?
Skinny, as I'm skinny guy, skinny black guy. I think it's very fitting that I'm into heavy-set white women. It's hot. Yeah, just something about having like the thickness of a black chick without the fear of getting hit in public. That's hot. I know. Yeah, I know that. Thank you so much.
Keeping it rolling. I actually worked at Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, kind of weird. I was unemployed, and I was in Canton, Michigan, which is the asshole of America. And I drove, and I saw this like strip mall. There's a Chuck E. Cheese in there, and I was in the parking lot. I was like, what if? You know, what if? And then like the next day, I'm fucking dressed up as Chucky.
Oh no.
Yeah. And you have to like go around, and they're like, dance for us, Chucky. And here's the thing, I can't really dance, so I would just do like the fucking robot every time, and like the girl would like roast me. She'd be like, "Same move again, Chucky." I was like, "Fuck you." It's like a hockey helmet in that thing. It's terrible. It smells so fucking bad. But I got the picture of me in it, so that's all I care about. Guys, we're gonna keep this thing rolling. I'm gonna go get a bunch of beer so you guys don't have to worry about it. I know, fucking hero. So, guys, keep it going right now for next comedian, Tyler H.
Hey guys, how are you? Pretty good? Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm still recovering. I had a traumatic childhood. I did. I had a white father. So, it was difficult though. All my black friends had black mothers and black fathers. You know, I wanted my dad to be black. I wanted to learn whatever black guys teach you. They teach you how to do the judgey or some shit. Never really learned. My dad was different, you know. He was different. He worked a lot, so he wasn't around much. And because he wasn't around much, I never really had a positive male role model in my life at all. Like, damn, maybe my dad's been black this whole time. I'm not saying like black fathers aren't around much, I'm just saying like if we were playing a game of hide and seek, like black fathers would be undefeated. Like the book series Where's Waldo was inspired by a black son searching for his distant father. Have you ever seen a black kid with a Where's Waldo book? That shit will trigger memories. There's a reason for that. Because I had a black dad, I had to learn how to be black, you know, I had to learn how to be black. I would find positive black like role models. I would have like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rachel Dolezal. Good ones, good ones. But I've been learning. I learned that if you're black, you can break out into song and dance no matter where you are in public. And no one will stop. No one's gonna stop. Like I feel like you could be like halfway through like the choreography of Thriller. It's like 8 a.m. on your way to work. And people are like, yeah, this guy's people had it rough. Like, this guy move on, man. Let him move on. I learned that I can say nigga. That's cool. And I can say that, man. We used to get called that, you know, and we reclaimed it. We did it so well, we took it back so well, that white people were like, yo, can we get back on board with this shit? Let's give it like 300 years. I do like white people. I keep them around, not because I like them, just for like safety. I'm trying to make it out here. No, I'm trying to see like 30. But yeah, it's a problem though. Like all my white friends will say things that are just like they really offend me. You know, like I had a white friend ask me. She was telling me about this article she read. There's this article where white people were buying black people drinks as a way of apologizing for slavery. It's a real article. I did not make it up. Yeah. It's called Reparations Happy Hour. So I'm in the bar and I go to pick my drink and she's like, nah, like this one's on me. And seriously, this is called even. It's been like 300 years. I'm like, bitch. Okay. You got this one. And I feel like it's okay, you know, because like I feel like Martin Luther King didn't do what he did so that I could get free drugs. You know, that's not why he did it. But if Martin was there, he would be down. He would take that drink. Yeah. Like he like walks into a bar after a march or a rally or whatever the fuck he did for black people. And the bartender just hands him a beer and he's like, hey, you guys really care about the civil rights thing or whatever. And then everything just fades to black and it's a commercial for Bud Light. I'm probably gonna pitch that one. I think that unprotected sex is the most extreme sport. Honestly, I don't know any other sport with that much at risk. Like anything with a harness, I'm like, fuck no. But someone's like fatherhood, and I'm like, I will take that risk. And I feel like you should, man. Like no one wants to hear about that time you didn't have a kid. Who fucking cares? I want to hear about the time that like you fucked some girl off Tinder, got her pregnant, and had to go back through her dating profile to see if her interests included abortion. I will sit through that story. It is so much more entertaining. No, it's crazy. I've been doing well with women now. Yeah, hold your applause, please. I found that it's really easy when you are a piece of shit. Women love shitty guys. I have no idea why. On a few dates with this girl, she texted me. She's like, hey Tyler, I had a lot of fun. When are we gonna see you again? And I texted her back and I was like, LOL, Sarah. The whole text. She's super fucked up. Her name's Ashley. She cannot get enough of me. Like I feel like the way that girls choose the guys that they're into is the way that alcoholics choose their next drink. You know? Like I want this shit to fuck me up. I was waiting for a train the other day, and I saw a sign that said, last year, attempted suicide by jumping onto the tracks. And 30 of them died. Which is really unfortunate. That means there's 20 people out there that are just fucking losers. Being honest here. How do you throw yourself in front of the train the wrong way? Pretty fucking easy. Like if I was so sad that I attempted suicide and it didn't work, you know, I would get off the tracks, dust myself off, and wait for the next train. Try again. Yeah. But yeah, I've been using Tinder. Does anyone use Tinder? I've been using Tinder. It's funny. I feel like the problem is though, like the women on Tinder have really high standards, like just unreasonably high. You know, like we're on Tinder, bro. And so I matched with this woman the other day. Her bio said only interested in men with strong professional references and big dick, which is a lot to ask for. If you know black men, they have strong professional references or a big dick. They do not have both. I have amazing references. I think she wanted the big dick. I don't know, but it's weird. It's like, am I on here to meet women to date? Am I like gonna find someone I'm gonna marry? You know, my parents are like, are you gonna have kids? I don't know if I want kids. You know, I don't know. I feel like the way that I feel about having kids, you know, is the way that R. Kelly feels about that documentary coming out. You know? Like, how much money is it gonna take for this problem to just go away? Yeah, that's how I feel now. I'm getting older. I had a birthday recently. It's cool. It's just weird. I know I'm getting older because like my views on a lot of things are changing. You know, like when I was younger, I would hear things like they say things like 30 people die in plane crash overseas. Like that sounds horrible. You know? That sounds terrible. Now I hear shit like that, and I'm like, people dying. Like, that sounds peaceful. Someone take my life. I'm not saying I want to die, you know, but like my eulogy is like ready to go. Ready to go. I had that shit laminated, you know. I use Grammarly on that shit. I am not going out on bad punctuation. You don't come back from that. That's my time. Yeah!
Keep it going for Tyler H, everyone! Oh my God, you having a good time? Everyone having fun? Yeah! Let's keep the energy up. We only have 2 more comics left, which is good because I can feel myself getting sick again. It's awesome. I like the shakes. Yeah, this is the time to talk. This is the time to talk amongst yourselves in the corner. Let's see a really good conversation. You guys enjoying it? Yeah. What are you talking about? Ow! Yeah. Just feel good. Keep that going. We're doing a nice set. Speaking of the next set, guys, our next comedian, second to last comedian, very, very funny dude. He is responsible for this amazing microphone that got work. Woo! Give it up, guys, for Ben Bergman.
The fucking sound system's half volume. I don't know how to fix it. I'm sorry. Out, DJ. Appreciate that. I don't know your last name because you're like, what's your last name? I was like, Bergman. He's like, cool. Let's say it. And I was like, I don't fucking know your last name either, right?
Jag Lloyds.
It doesn't matter. My only point is your first name is DJ, so you're never like, hey, you know, DJ has trustworthy. Like, that guy has coke and he knows where strippers are at. nice place in Brooklyn. Put in what you don't have, right? That's fun. There's always like weird things that happen when somebody tells somebody else you're a comedian right before a show, right? Like this, somebody's like, "Who's a comedian?" And then she goes, "You look like that guy from Comedy Central." And I was like, "Yeah, man." And she's like, "Yeah, you should tell people you're him. So you can get laid." You mean so you could not remember his name either at a party? I'm that guy from Comedy Central, you know that guy. I'm the guy, you know what I mean? Thanks, Tosh. You said I was looking like that. That's, you know, do the math. There's like, I don't like Louis C.K. I don't like him at all. You know, it's like that'd be like a reach. That'd be a pretty far reach. All things aside, like that's not cool to make people uncomfortable in a work environment. That's fucked up. But like, out of all of like the horrible shit that's come out in the news, like the man jerked off in front of other people. That's like the whoopee cushion of sexual harassment. He's like, "I'm gonna do it right here in front of you." Like, that's weird. He's like, "Yeah." That's like so uncomfortable, but it's also kind of clown shoe funny. I'm rating myself in front of you. It's weird. It's super weird. I don't have a type. You guys have a type? Type of life? Type of person you like consistent? Type? Over here? Somebody over here has one. No? Yeah. I don't have a type. Just like, you know. But I do find women who are strong-willed, I get in relationships with, and then I pay for that. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I like that. And I'm like, fuck, it's still here. You know what I mean? So much. It's so much. When you're deciding who does the dishes, and you're like, I'm a black belt. I'm like, I'm doing the dishes again. It's a strong will coming through. That's good. There's one girl I was on a date with, and she's like, I get along with like all of my ex-boyfriends. Like my last ex-boyfriend, we're like really close. He's like, how close? Was he just inside you? I guess. I'm uncomfortable with that. That's a little uncomfortable. My friend Mo, he spent $3,600 on a bicycle, which is stupid. You still have to pedal. He's like, what are you? Spend car money on a bike. Enjoy the helmet. Baseball card and the spokes? Do it, friend. Do it strong. You be your own hero. But he told me, he said it makes him uncomfortable when strangers comment on his bike, and I was like, that's probably how women feel. Right? When some weird guy just decides to comment on their body. It's weird. Like, women know you have thoughts. Maybe you keep it to yourself. They get it. They've seen the internet. It's weird. But it's like, I don't know. If you want to talk to a woman you don't know, you know, like, do what I do, right? Like, compliment her on her style. Like, that's a beautiful push-up bra. Really brings out my eyes. Lovely thongs you have there. Make my pants feel small. I was seeing a girl, she was significantly younger than me. She pursued me at a bar, and then she, you know, you get to that point where you're comfortable with each other and like you dig at each other. She's like, you're old. I know, she's like, you're old. She's like, third time, I was like, all right, I gotta say something. And what I knew about her, when you know somebody intimately, you know things about them that you don't know about other people, right? Like something you just, it's like, you never, it's not like just like, hey, the weather, right? Like she has, her arches are from somebody who's passed away. Like she had arches in both of her feet put in there. And she's like, you're old. And I'm like, let's say we're in a zombie movie. Do your feet come back after us? Because there's dead people in your feet. There's dead people. Those are cadavers in your feet right now. I'm real loose today. Real loose. The one thing, John is, he made chicken, so one thing he told me, public announcement, if you get the chicken, pull the skin off, it keeps it juicy, that's why I cooked it that way. Brian over here is holding the camera forever. Give him a round. He's been doing that the whole time. I'm sure it's not fun. I'm sure he looks his penis, doesn't hold that long. Not at all. I mean, on a Saturday or Good Monday, you know? Spend a lot of time by myself. As it should be, you know? You see somebody go by on a motorcycle, they have a bumper sticker, it says organ donor, you're like, that's a no-brainer. You should hold on to your head, it's gonna fall off. You're getting wrecked. I had two dads growing up, and my mom married a lawyer. She got a divorce, and she married another lawyer because she has a type. The kind that can get rid of the other. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you got papers. Growing up, my families were like a lot of divorce or marriage, right? So like I'm good at meeting new people. You know what I mean? Start off as all fun and games, like Tank, you're my new mom, or whatever. Kids on the playground, they'd be like, my dad, we know your dad. I got two dads. Your dad may fight my dad, other dad, he's gonna hit on your mom. Your family's gonna be my family. Here, so enjoy the bottom bunk, bitch. That's how we're I like drinking because like you don't have to drink. We can hang out if you don't drink. You know what I mean? That's not a requirement. But I hate when people are like I don't drink and they're on your face about it. Like shut up. It's out of my buzz. It's fucking annoying. Right? I can tell that you don't drink, right? I drink. You can tell that I drink, right? I'm gonna eat artichoke pizza. That's not pizza. That's soup. It drips off the side. That's a fucking appetizer. That's not a slice of pizza. That's retarded. You're sober. I can tell you're gonna walk straight out of here as I stumble that way, trying to find my way home. I like drinking. It's like a family tradition. It started with me. Why are you gonna lay your head on the table at Thanksgiving? Because I have hobbies. I went to Cancun when I was 19. That was like it was fun. You know what I mean? We looked at a map. We go, where can we drink now? Cancun, that's not far. Let's do that. I went down there and we were at the bar, and it was like all-inclusive vacation. If you've ever done that, do it. It's like good. All the food, all the booze. It's not good, but it's good. You know, because you're gonna feel terrible in a week. So we're at the bar, me and my buddy JC, right, and we're like ordering shots, and we're at the bartender. We're like shots. And the bartender goes, no mas. I'm 19. I'm obnoxious. I'm drinking in a foreign country. Right? I'm just like shots. He's like, no mas. We're like. Shots! He goes, it means no more! He got so mad he broke the language barrier. Get the fuck out of my country, white motherfucker. Obnoxious. It's true. So we went to the next bar in the resort, and they said, no mas. We're like, we learned. We learned that one. I mean, it got me in Spanish, but that guy screamed at me. I know what that means. I'm leaving. So we went to Patty O'Brien's. I don't know if you've ever been to Mexico and you're curious about the culture, like me. Like, what's that Mexican twist on a shepherd's pie? You got some chorizo in that bitch? What are we doing? So Patty O'Brien's is where I went to black out completely. I woke up the next day and I had 2 black dots on the inside of my arm. I was like, 2 black dots. That's a horrible tattoo. That's a horrible tattoo. And my buddy JC goes, that's not a tattoo. You were tasered. I'm in Mexican jail right now. No mas. It's a scary jail cell. Because you don't speak a language, you don't know if you're going to leave. I can have artichoke pizza in here. I could really go for a slice. Fucking shepherd's pie was dog shit. Give me the DJ diarrheas. He just had a few movements. I went and I got a manicure. Remember that guy? I was like, let's try this, right? Just feel somebody to hold your hand and be like, you know what? I'm getting paid to do this. Be like, please, do this. I want to feel like I have money. You know what I mean? Because I do have money, like on payday and the day after, then never again. Past that moment. I'm a slow learner. I went to kindergarten twice. You're not supposed to do that. Nobody's like, he's good at clay, stick around. That never happened. Made me feel dumb my whole life. I asked my mom, I was like, how? How did I fail kindergarten? She's like, you were immature. I was 5. She's like, you were bad with numbers. I was like, okay, maybe 6.
Alright guys, I am your last Canadian. Woo! Really excited about the end of the show, huh? You was talking about tasering. I didn't plan on telling the story. You talking about getting tasered. I was tasered once. Because I ran from the police. And they don't like that. It was my second DUI. I don't want to brag, but I got 2. So, yeah, I'm not allowed to have a license. I was driving from my buddy's place, and I was like, hey, I shouldn't drink and drive, but I'm like, I only had 5 beers. So I went, and this cop, you can be racially profiled in Royal Oak, Michigan, that's a thing. I had like long hair and a jean jacket, I was smoking a cigarette, fucking crushing it. And this guy saw it, he's like, we're bored. That guy probably has weed on him. They nailed it. Sometimes you're right. And they followed me down the street, and my parents' neighborhood, you have to take like 3 immediate turns, and I've been arrested before, so I know that they're like, he's trying to get away from us. And I'm like, no, I'm actually trying to go home. So like, I'm looking in the rearview mirror. My parents' house is right up on the left. And I'm like, okay, act like a sober person. And at that moment, I had the urge to throw up. It's a reoccurring theme in my life. I had the urge to throw up, and I was like, okay, what would a sober person do? Well, they would be a gentleman and pull over to the side of the road and calmly open the door and vomit. You know, they wouldn't spew all over the steering wheel like an animal. You know? So I did that, and that was a mistake. A fucking mistake. And so yeah, they put on the lights, and I was just about to move to New York. And I'm like, I'm not going to, they're not taking me. So I pull into my driveway, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna work. I'm just gonna get out of the car, walk to my door, and go to bed. So I open the door, and immediately the cop's like, get the fuck back in the car! And so I took off running. Stop or we'll tase you! He shoots the first taser, hits my jean jacket, clutch. Doesn't get me. And I fucking jumped the fence, and if I jumped the fence, I just threw my hip into it and I fucking flew over it. Pants immediately come to my ankles. I'm like, do not get arrested with your pants at your ankles. Because the cops are not going to pull them up. They're going to fucking take you there and you pick them up and you're like, why? I'm sorry, Mom. So I pull them up and I'm immediately like exhausted. I climb over another fence and immediately I'm like, this is far enough. And I see a air conditioning unit, so I hide behind it and I go to bed. I wake up like an hour later, it's probably 5 minutes, I have no idea. And I wake up and I went to like look around the side, cops immediately, I turned to run, this time they got me. Right in my ass when I'm climbing the fence and just collapse to the ground. And I go into defense mode, they're like, you're under arrest. I'm like, what's happening? They're like, you're under arrest for drunk driving. I'm like, I was playing flashlight tag with my friends. I swear to God. I fucking told them I was playing flashlight. They're like, flashlight tag? Like, where are your friends? lens and your flashlight. I'm like, I don't know. So I had it took me down. My dad was really mad. I had to go bathroom because I knocked on the door and like just 2 cops at your door and you think your son's dead probably. And then you saw my dad saw the car in the driveway. He's like, that motherfucker. I didn't expect to tell that story, so into my jokes. Dads, who's got one? I have a dad. And I'm finding it more and more difficult to talk to him because I realize he's become more and more shitty. What's the word? Sexist and racist. He is. And I went home recently and he was like, did you hear about this? I was like, we haven't begun having a conversation yet, but this should be fun. He's like, yeah, you're Obama. Which was us. I was like, that's cool. I would never refer to him as my own. I did vote for him once. The second time I forgot to register, but he won. And he goes, you're Obama. He has a production company. I was like, I didn't hear that. You got to deal with Netflix. I was like, that's awesome. He says, it's not awesome. It's a catastrophe. And that is why I have canceled my Netflix subscription. And guys, it was the first time that racism has ever affected me. I don't have Netflix. It's tough. In good news, I'm in a new relationship. I have a girlfriend. She has Netflix. She's got Netflix. I pay for that. Gentlemen. She's not here tonight because I changed the date from yesterday to today. and she's upset with me because instead of going to hang out with her, I decided to drink a lot and watch Tiger Woods, who's I like to call my Lord and Savior. I love that man more than anything. I tell my girlfriend that, and she doesn't like that. And I was like, babe, he was here first. Yeah, I have a new girlfriend, and since I started dating her, I've become someone that I don't recognize anymore. I don't know who I am. I'm drinking almond milk. I put apple cider vinegar in my water, which is quite delicious with a hint of lemon juice. Organic lemon juice. Run that bullshit out of the squeezer. Yeah, I don't know who I am. Like when I lift my head up from the sink and look in the mirror, I'm not lifting up from a plate of cocaine. I'm actually washing my hands. Weird. I've never done that. One thing about me, if you're in the stall and you hear me finish, you will not hear the sink go out. That place to be. Where was I going to go after that? Crushed it. Okay. Guys, I'm hoping to have a better summer. You guys excited for summer? Woo! I'm hoping to have a better summer than I had last summer. Did a lot of partying. I was a monster. Not washing my hands. And well, all of a sudden, like, I went on like a bender, and my gums swelled, and were like bleeding. It was disgusting. And I was a waiter at the time, so I'm like, hey, can I get you water? It hurt so fucking bad, and it didn't go away. Like they were like bleeding. It was gross. So I go to the dentist. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, what do I got? I didn't say that. Yo, what's up, dude? Living that life. I was like, he's like, well, you have trench mouth. And I'm like, what's that? And he's like, well, you must not be a history buff. From 1914 to 1918, there was a little skirmish called World War I. And during this time, men fought in trenches. Now, well, what happened is they endured so much stress and had such little nutrition, their gums would be what yours are. And my question is, he says to me, how are you able to take this war-like environment and recreate it in 2018 in New York City? I was like, I don't know, I've been working really hard. You're like, yeah, it says here in your chart you're unemployed. I'm weird, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It hurt pretty fucking bad. It was not fun. Yeah. So guys, I'll leave you on this, which probably isn't a good closer, but I'll leave you on this. Has everyone had a good time? Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. I came. It's an inside joke. We like to yell that at bars. We like to yell that at bars, and people are like, what? I came. Fun. Have a good time. Perfect timing. So I lent my buddy some money recently, and I don't have a lot of money, so that's difficult. I lent him some money, and he's been going through a really rough time. He called me recently, and he says that he's actually contemplating suicide. Yeah. My question is this. When is the appropriate time to ask for your money back? From someone suicide. Because you can't wait too long. You know? He's on the clock, you know? But like, you know, you don't want to put more on his plate, but like, I need that $7.50 back. It was a large latte. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you to Ben for the PA. Thank you to Brian for filming. When you see John in there, thank him. This is him. This is him setting it up.
Yeah,
Alright, guys, thank you so much for sitting around. I really appreciate it. Let's go drink.
Yo, your second come.
Good to meet you.
At the very end.